Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today I'm going to just kind of give an overview of what we have in the pipeline. For those of you who have been following the channel, you'll probably know that I'm getting ready to be moving soon. We have a new property that's being built where we'll have a larger garage and more space for Phillips Vision for the other topics that I cover on this channel. So today I just wanted to kind of go over what's in the pipeline, what's coming up once that move is done. So let's go ahead and get started. We have this Countach replica that I've been working on for the last few years. And where we had left off is on the pop-up headlight assemblies. As you can see, there's a little bit of a space here towards the top on both sides. It's a little too big of a gap, so we just need to center these a little bit, align them so we can then mount the motors, the relays, get everything wired up and get them working. Another thing that needs to be done, which I almost forgot about, but if we come down here on the front end, right here, down along the bottom here, there's supposed to be the spoiler that goes on the ground that was ripped off by the previous owner, so I still need to make that as well, and then that'll pretty much wrap up everything for the body. Once it's all painted, then we can start getting into the detailing, putting all the vents and all the decorative pieces back on. Let's head upstairs and I'll show you what we still have that needs to be put back on. Here's all the Lambo parts that are sitting upstairs. We have the leather panels that go on the two doors, then we have the leather pieces that go on the sides that wrap around and go down to the floor. They've been taken off. We have the tail light assemblies here. We have all the different vents, the emblems and logos for the back, the gas struts for the doors, the vents that go on the sides back near the engine bay. Then we have the side intake vents here. We have the windshield wiper, the license plate holder, all that. So we have all these components. There's the scissor door mechanisms that go on the passenger and driver door. So we have a lot of pieces here that have been taken off. That all needs to be put back on when it's done, and all that just needs to be cleaned off real good. I had cleaned the leather before, but since then, with everything going on, I want to go over it again and get it all nice and prepped and detailed. Over here we have patiently waiting. We have the engine bay cover. Over here, all done, prepped, primed, ready to be painted. We have the doors that have been modified. If you hadn't seen the video before, I'll put a link above where I modified these doors and modified the cutouts there for the handle. So we have the two doors, passenger, driver. We come over here. We have here the front trunk or hood or whatever you want to call it. That's all been prepped, primed, ready for paint. The wing as well. That's all done. So all these are just waiting pretty much the final stage of paint as we put the car back together when it's all complete. And then pretty much at that point, once we're done with the suspension, the painting, the pop-up headlights, the next thing that I'm going to be doing is we're going to just be tuning the engine a little bit because it's got a little bit of a racing RPM. So we're going to do some work on there, replacing some of the gaskets and just kind of getting that all tuned up. And that'll pretty much wrap it up for this car. But in the new garage, and we'll head over there a little bit later, hopefully I'm going to have a lift in there so we can then put this up in the air, and unfortunately it's going to be in storage most of the time, but I will drive it. So after that I have a couple other cars in the pipeline, so let's head over to them and I'll show you what's in store for those. You can see behind me here I have my old Dodge Neon. That needs some work done. We're going to go over what's going to be done on that. I have my Jeep Wrangler back there as well. It's going to have some work done on that. And then also we have a Kia and a Trailblazer. Not a lot of work, but just some projects coming up, so we'll cover those as well. So let's head over to the Neon and I'll show you what's in store for that one. For starters, you can see the paint is just peeling off the clear coat. It's in bad shape. So one of the largest priorities with this vehicle is going to be to get it repainted. We're going to paint it in a Regal red, which is a little bit darker. Coming over here also you can see the sunroof. Sunroof motor had actually burned out a couple years ago, so I took it off the track and it had just an adhesive holding it from leaking, so we need to clean all that off when we paint it. We're going to put a new sunroof motor in that, get all that aligned properly. On the inside, I've already pretty much done interior work, and I did replace the stereo, but we are going to be mounting a kicker subwoofer that I pulled out of an older Neon I had. We're going to be putting that in the back. Need to do some suspension work on this as well. Shocks and struts, check out everything else. I went ahead already and put some performance rotors and brakes on here, but you can see right there, there's one of the wheel studs is broken off. We need to replace that. Thinking about maybe upgrading the rims and the tires to more low profile, which this used to have on it years ago, but we'll see how that goes. And you can see here on the headlights, they're very fogged up and stained, so we're going to be polishing those, and that's on both sides. If we come over here to this side also, you can see that one's bad too. So we're going to be going ahead and getting them all polished up and looking nice. Mechanically, everything has been pretty much taken care of. The car runs great. And that pretty much wraps up the restoration part of this Dodge Neon, with the suspension, the paint, and the sunroof motor, things like that, and restoring the headlights. Then after that's done, what I want to do is go back and do an upgrade. I want to upgrade the fuel pump to a Walbro high performance fuel pump. If you want to see how to install one of those Walbros, you can do so via the link shown above where I did a video showing how to do that. But right now it just has a generic fuel pump in it, so we're going to go ahead and upgrade that to a high performance Walbro. I've already done the fuel injectors, and the fuel filter and fuel pressure regulator has been done. If you want to see a video on how to do the fuel injectors on a Dodge Neon, you can check that out also via the link above. But once that's done, then this vehicle will be completely complete. We'll put that into the garage. Hopefully we'll have the lift at that point, and we can raise the Countach up, put this underneath, put those on the one side of the garage. Then we're left with the Jeep Wrangler, which will be going on the other side. Let's head over to the Jeep and I'll show you what's in store for that vehicle. Okay, so what we have here, this is the Jeep Wrangler TJ. I've done some work on YJs and TJs, and if you want to see more videos about them, you can check out some of the videos that are on my channel. I did a few things on this one. I did a little bit on a YJ. But for right now, this one here mechanically, it's fine. Do want to upgrade the fuel injectors on it, so that'll be coming up. Another thing that I want to do is on the exhaust manifold, the studs. One of them is stripped, one of them is broken, so we need to extract those and put in some new ones so we can get a nice tight and secure bond with that. So that's what we have in the pipeline as far as for the mechanical stuff with this vehicle. Interior, not a lot going on with that. Probably going to be putting in a subwoofer, but I have a buddy of mine who's big into stereos. He'll be able to help me with that. But there's a little bit of body work that needs to be done, and I'll show you here. Let's get a close-up. On both sides of the windshield, and you can see a little bit right over there, but on here too, from moisture settling here, got a little bit of surface rust. So what I'm going to do is take some of the rust dissolving jelly that I use. Rust-Oleum makes some, and Loctite also makes it. I'll put a link across the top for one of the ones that I did a review on, and from there you can check out the other one because I have a link to the other one from there. Really good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and clean that rust off, prime it real good, and then kind of spot paint that area to touch that up. And then moving along here on the passenger, here we have a little bit of damage. This front right here was banged in, and you can check out right here, it's got a little bit of a dent, so I need to bang that dent out. I already removed the rust on that piece, but I just need to patch that up. And then what I'm going to be doing here is just leveling that out, cleaning that up real good, get all the rust and junk out of there, and just, if it needs any body filler, we'll patch that up too, and then we're going to paint that as well, and that'll take care of that. And pretty much, for the most part, we're in good shape. There's a little bit of some minor scratches, so I might, polish those out. We'll see what we're going to do with that. But that'll pretty much wrap it up here for this Jeep. That's all that I have right now in store as far as for any work scheduled to be done on it. May do some upgrades on it, but that'll be down the line. Next thing, we have this Kia back there. Let's head over there and I'll show you what needs to be done with that. We have this Kia that I've been doing some work on, and we have the front bumper. You can see this is all peeling off right here. So in the pipeline, we're going to be taking this bumper off, stripping it all down, priming it properly, repainting that to get that all nice. And I'll show you here on this side too. We have the same problem right here. Just for whatever reason, just started peeling really bad. So that's one of the only things really for this vehicle that I have going on. I've done some other work on this car in the past, so if you do have a Kia Rio and you want to see some of the work on that, I'll put a link across the top to one of the videos I did, and from there you can kind of piggyback on to the rest of them. Driving the Kia here, and I thought the only thing that needed to be done on it was the bumper, but have the AC on. It's a pretty hot day, just in the high 90s, and the AC is blowing cool but not cold. So another thing that needs to be done is we need to go ahead and recharge the system on that. I know also on the Countach that needs to be done as well. That's one of the things when I bought it, the former owner said that the AC needed to be recharged as well. So that'll be an upcoming video as well on how to recharge your AC system. Been coming to Delaware every weekend now for probably the last 2 years working on the Countach project, so it'll be good to finally relocate here and have the everything at my disposal to be able to work on the vehicles, plus cost of living here is cheaper, so we're excited to do that. There's Mr. Phillips from
Games and Fun. He has a channel also.
It's spelled like this, G-A-M-E-S, and then the letter N, and then space F-U-N. And it doesn't matter if it's capitalized, because I've done it before in all lowercase and it works.
Yeah, and you can check his channel out via the link shown here on the screen.
And to make sure that it's the right one, well, if you just use the link, but if you search it up, it should have 33 subscribers.
Yep, that's it. Well, that pretty much wraps up for all the vehicle work that we have scheduled here between the Countach, the Neon, the Jeep, and the Kia. Behind me there, as I mentioned already, is the future property. So we're going to head over there now, and I'll just show you kind of what the plans are, and then we'll wrap up this video. Here's the progress on my house there, where we will be doing the musician's corner. We'll be doing Phillips' game room. Andy's garage will be right down there in that garage. We'll go inside and get a close-up of that. But right now they're putting the shingles on. Still got about 2 months out before it's completed. Here we are standing inside of the garage. You can see the ceiling's pretty high. So the lift will probably go right here. Countach will take that up, and then a Neon underneath. And we have a lot of space over here on this side where I can work on the Jeep. Also going to be putting the arcades and slot machines along the edges. So it'll be a combination of a garage and a fun room. And floor, the goal is to tile the floor black and white and paint it, finish it real good. It has a extra wide driveway and door there, so we'll have a lot of space. And you can see here on that side, this is where the games can also fit. And then going here into the house, and we're not going to go through all the boring stuff of the house, but right off the garage is a den right here, which I'll use for editing my videos and doing anything I need to do on the computer for posting. Let's head upstairs and I'll show you where the kind of the music room and movie theater will be up on the 3rd floor. Here on this 3rd floor along here, we're going to have some games, and my electric guitar's amplifier will be mounted there. It'll be for musician's corner. And then coming across here, I'm going to have some movie theater seating, and then a 10-foot movie screen mounted here on this wall, kind of like a home theater room up here, just to kind of relax, have some fun. And the cool thing is, as you come down these steps right here, it takes you right into the master bedroom walk-in closet. So it's got a cool little entrance. So I'm excited to finally get set up here in this garage. Well, you're looking. So that pretty much wraps it up. I'm excited to finally get in here. Hopefully it's just a couple months out. And that'll wrap it up in here. Hopefully get a lift in here. We'll get the cars in here. I'll do some progress footage as we're laying the floor and moving the Countach and the other cars in here. It'll be fun. I hope this video was enjoyable. Please send me any questions, comments. I would love to hear from you. As always, I appreciate all the support. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.